when it comes to Ghana, it is clear that a new identification system has been discovered, and it has come under massive criticism because people think that it's not really helping at all. Now, when I was told about the fact that this same identification system has helped to help the government to gain about 114 million Ghana cedis, I was so surprised. I was shocked. And no, this is just even the beginning. There is another company that it's even saved even way more than that. I would want to give you all the info, but as always, but for crowd also,
TV Ghana, Matoda na sir.
According to the Controller's Accountant General Department, by February 2024, they say oil government worker or Ghana Mayima. Nesin kita Ghana card, and now enfam link with who bank account na who account chede abanwo dam particular agreement na nyada we salary ko ababa. Na a lot of propaganda be name na the NDC propaganda don't offer the kwa. Even though there some of the things that work no ya abaka krano. You know most of it in Pokrano on Shada and Gay. Now, the Ghana card has come to actually stay, and it is for a particular purpose. Obey social intervention about to Mwabama yen to me identification system yen and the right. At the same time, so we also have certain problems with regards to our student loan guarantee or system. First, during the time of our former President Dr Mahama, and even way before, you know, there are banner being including former President Dr Mahama, Dema Mitri. Now, ye need there. So students so kwakaje oye mwa kakade fi oye student loan oye department yin we no ye dema ne bebre yim de wiase nyema bi wo tumutu nyimpa na sabe ye hu hwe onye nti de eroko school na se bia nyimpa a wo hwe wa na orobo anampo na bibia nyembo ne fi no all of a sudden se ho no onya bi onyamba obi ma na o chede o de bomaz na kwakaje lo ne tumutu sia ejetua wa adusua do ono na ye na obandama se odu de o de loan na sika no wo ho a wo tumu za ma nso requirement or the hono na no can why kana into abanada ma de nyipa no kokope guarantee bi o baby na guarantee no da oba guarantee pokuraza ama ono there be anything because even no the record there wa guarantee da ama obi anyimpa no ogwane wentumentu da amesika no into abanada ma no che why some for now this time around no sikita Ghana card na senya message fill with details ni nyina na there's no way there you need someone to guarantee it for you into o chere Ghana card no kita okake no. It has solved a particular problem. One more obi pokwa 1 in school. And now ibinu waka. They don't really take into conclusion, and they don't even take into respect there. Certain things have happened to certain people just because one by one by can you don't know. But she one team and they cry from within. Obi one all no school bibi to na went to 1 to Sekara school hunsam with regards to students who na Ghana ka went to one bon kofa. Tell baby. Enti ya don't know about nchene ya tion komozino do. Na Ghana kuri ya so wetu mu abo ma sisi ano nyipa wafa ne Ghana nyi yetumi ehu de yes iye Ghana nyi mapa ya pick oye ni biometrics ya pick nenwa ya pick ni ache de ne nyema bia ya pick ye wafa ne oye kofi obotan into kofi obotan details bibia wo Ghana oye se eko oye dwumaku a wo hwe Ghana card na che de oye hu bebrebe. Now I remember there I got this particular statistics as to some of these nyema Ghana ka wetu mu aso. Now, there's an issue with ghost names within our system of Ghana. The ghost names, no chile man yengi na yengi mno. Every system bi ane benya loopholes bi kaka market kiti goma. And with a bit of negative kaka. Now, ghost names see what the system wasn't what draw salaries, wasn't what draw allowances, wasn't what draw dividends from profits from oil the government. In the business with the ghost names was never besho. Some of the reasons are ghost names to besho they either obi no shada or feel that there was a real person or the American and there. Nyimpa no good or the American no the person is no more. Inti that is a ghost name. Now, yeshe Jumeku beat the senator. As it were no, your pension for bring and every month your withdraw bibi kakra because of Mozamba was assumed or Ghana man. Now why contributions was our boy no way to no wakwadam misken kete na dem ben share or snakes between these pensioners and snakes me smart no. We both do one diamond paying firo no chede obenya kaka na chede wotumo that dredge wotumo that hwe nebusia na obaya one there it was discovered there ever since the Ghana card eBay or discovered there every pensioner bia bombers not the Ghana card link ni account no you discovered there yenya 27,000 ghost names 27,000 ghost names they were there drawing money drawing pension money as if they were alive and these people were just ghost names. And the government saved over 300 million Ghana cedis. Just with that. In the Obi Kacha the Ghana card on your share, just look at this particular example. Now on Suwaro, there's also another institution that this particular thing was also going to do the same thing. In the in with the ghost names just with this example, no crash will tell you over 27,000 ghost names in one institution. In one institution, ever since the time immemorial, it has been there till now. Now, Womudama, say, you're maintain your Srekawan, Yazrekawan, 27,000 ghost names plus 10 years. You just imagine the number of years, the number of names of Babakahu. This is just telling you that the Ghana card is solving a problem. In the Sobika, the Ghana card in Yashia, the person actually is saying what he or she does not know. But the facts are clear. Oya made out there, Ghana in Yakunya, and then in BBA to make the solve problems because Ghana be you know, say, as at now, you your ghost names, no draw salaries. You one tassa, not your baby. At the same time, a counter controller general, all the Ghana card was the bay. Or two more 14,000 ghost names. Into Senate in 27,000 ghost names. A controller counter general Sensunya 14,000 names. Our no to save around 140 million Ghana cedis. Into 300 million Ghana cedis. A 114 million Ghana cedis. Into damage just because of Ghana card, just two institutions. Look at the money we are finding. We are discovering this money, we are regaining this money back. Now, Mr. If we waited for 10 years and Ghana card back, I'm telling you there, the people that bring propaganda, the people that throw lies into the ears of all Ghanaians, the people that throw dust into the eyes of Ghanaians, what's the Ghana card for Subian Yuhono? If the Ghana card you want bad, that mesiki, Nanka Unkofu would do it or draw that mesiki. No, would ye that mesiki? Would ye that mesiki? 14,000 ghost names, 27,000 ghost names, because of Ghana card went to my soul. In the 6 year, controller counter general Nancy Modabade by February 2024 no sin kita a government worker na kita wo Ghana card salary for the salary is about border do am maybe no wonye ma shi bi no work kan sem bebre enti na ya pede bi serent Ghana card na so onye bibiara na Dr Bawumia te da men semi wa kasa ho kakra na wa chere there's a time ago mpokura na okada Ghana card say man Ghana card kura obaje Ghana card ko na am 1000 checking is pokura on fanya shi because of nakasa reasons on state. Now, with just this saving of oil, that may be in with these two institutions, Senate, no, control account general, that means saving. It is telling you that the money that we are generating from this, it is also going to help us to do a lot of developmental projects, including those interchanges. In the interchanges, and to say if we are doing something that will bring us or resolve the issues of ghost names, we can do the interchanges ourselves. Actually, what he's trying to say is that we are not in a rush to go for an interchange because the interchange will solve a problem of traffic. But we should be in the haste to make sure that Sika offer for being one kotokum. Ghana for being mohan, painful be woha. They have been there for a long period of time. In Sudan, in Penueu, only often the ghost name. It is a Ghana card no Bobuama yet to identify the year Ghana or the one task because the Ghana card doesn't identify that you are just living. It also identifies that you are dead. It's able to, the system is able to capture it when you are there, when you are alive, or when you are dead. In top of the dama, it helps to take care of these ghost names now that the MP Yapiabati. Yabako or Dr. Mahmoud Nakachi. Now, pay not to them ninsam, Homa or the Otumonaza to go. Yanko, now Yankate Dimension, area in the Komakaka.
A few weeks ago, not too long, I was touting how important the Ghana card was. The identification system that we've put in place in Ghana. And I even said that this, for me, at this stage of our development, I'll prefer this to 1,000 interchange. You can imagine the furore this caused. Is this man, Wabodamana, what is he talking about? What is the Ghana card? What is system? How could it be so much more valuable? I'll just give you a few reasons. And it wasn't said, cavalierly. There was thinking to that statement, and I wanted people to think about it. For the first time in our history as a country, we have a unique identity system, which is biometric. So we can uniquely identify every individual, whether they are alive or dead. right? We can uniquely identify every individual. So immediately, if you can uniquely identify each individual, the case of ghost names on our public sector payroll will become a thing of the past. Immediately. Once we do it, and I'm working with Controller here, we're doing a lot of good work on the Controller payroll database and cleaning it up. If you look at what has happened recently, National Service Scheme, we found 14,000 ghost workers, saved annually 114 million Ghana cedis to the public exchequer. From 14,000, just from one institution, National Service, 14,000 ghost workers, because we look for unique identity. Just a couple of days ago, SNIT reported finding 27,000 ghost pensioners. 27,000 ghost pensioners. And they were being paid 327 million Ghana cedis a year. Two institutions, you add a yearly savings that these discoveries have made, just in two institutions, 441 million Ghana cedis. Over 10 years, you are talking of over 4 billion Ghana cedis. This is just two institutions, and you can be sure that when we go through every institution, you will see that we will be able to eliminate all ghost workers, thanks to the Ghana card. As a result of the Ghana card, we've made it the tax identification number for everybody. When we came into office in 2017, only 4% of adults in Ghana had a tax identification number. 4%. And you can see most of those are in the formal sector. Not many who will be registered for taxes. We said, let's make the Ghana card number the tax identification number. Immediately we did that. The number of people that have tax identification numbers have suddenly gone up from 4% to 85%. And that is it. So now the taxman knows exactly who has filed, who has not filed at any particular time. And not only do we know them, we also have their digital address, so we know where they live. So tax collection is going to take a different path going forward, because we now have the data. Fake birth certificates was a big problem, for our country. And it made it very difficult for people to trust our documents at embassies and everywhere, because people would just go and have fake birth certificates. In fact, when we went to the births and deaths registry, we found three different databases. We had to harmonize the databases. But once you have unique identity, you will not have fake birth certificates. There will be no football age versus normal age. That business will come to an end. Recently, you will know that I think our women's team was banned for presenting some overage players. Hopefully, now we are going to strictly require that they bring their Ghana cards before they are going to be registered to play. Today, with your Ghana card, the Ghana card the banks are very happy with it because it gives all the KYC a bank needs. One of the problems we have had is for people to open bank accounts. But today, if you have a Ghana card and a mobile phone, you don't have to fill any form at all. You can just dial a USSD code and put in your Ghana card ID, and a bank account will be open for you, and you can start transactions immediately. So we are bringing in financial inclusion. When we came into office, the proportion of adults with bank accounts was less than 40%. Today, because of mobile money interoperability and the Ghana card, today we have over 90% of adults either having a mobile money account which is interoperable with a bank account or a bank account itself. And that is very phenomenal. We have one of the things that has really, since I was at the Bank of Ghana, one of the things that kept eating at us at the bank was the absence of a credit system in Ghana. In many countries, workers don't have to just live on their monthly paycheck. Because there's a credit system. If you have a regular paycheck, you will be able to get a way to buy, a TV on credit or a fridge on credit and all of that. A working credit system. But we don't have a credit system in Ghana. And one of the biggest obstacles to the development of a credit system was the absence of unique identity. The credit reference agencies need unique identity to do credit scoring so that everybody will know what their credit score is. So if you don't pay your bills, you will have a very low credit score and they will not give you credit. If you pay your bills, you have a high credit score and you will get credit. Now, many developing countries, including Ghana, we've not had this credit system because of the absence of credit scoring. But because we have now linked all bank accounts to the Ghana card, we are linking the bank accounts to the Ghana card, you have unique identification for credit scoring. Yesterday I had a meeting with the credit reference agencies and ECG as well as Ghana Water because we want to make sure those who don't pay their bills on time, it will affect your credit. So, and that is all of us, I suppose, for water and because that is where you bring discipline into the economy, discipline into the society. But thankfully this year, and I just know that in just a few months, Ghana, for the first time in our history, we will now begin a credit scoring system in our country. And this will allow credit to grow. We can tell who is the risky borrower and who is not a risky borrower. And banks can then give lower interest rates to people who are not risky borrowers. At the moment, they assume we are all risky borrowers because they cannot tell. We are not uniquely identified. The risk, the people who don't pay, their sins are visited on all of those who pay. And so we now want to distinguish. And if you go and commit your sin, you go into hell yourself. And don't take us along with you. So this is where we are as far as where we are integrating. Today we've integrated the Ghana card also with the SNIT card, the SNIT. And so SNIT no longer has to print SNIT cards again. They are saving close to $30 million every year now because they only need a Ghana card. They don't need that. We have integrated it with the NHIS card. NHIS is not going to print separate NHIS cards again because they have the Ghana card. And the Ghana card is going to work as the number is your NHIS number. The number is your SNIT number. The number is your tax identification number and so on. So we are integrating the databases and making a lot of savings. Some people die and you cannot recognize who they are. They have no identification. And in those sorts of tragic cases, if they are registered on the National Identification System, they can easily be identified. Today, because of the unique identification, we've been able to introduce a no-guarantor student loan policy, right? Because before you needed to bring guarantors because you didn't know whether you would find this student or not once they started working. And people